Welcome to the Community Difference, Wylie. Brought to you in part by Master Networks Wylie and powered by The Difference Media, LLC. Today's show is hosted by Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning, co-hosted by Brittany Welch with Boards by B. Jenny Connolley with TC Roofing and Restoration and Solar, and Angela Tucker, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. The Community Difference Wylie was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts, and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Wylie starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Community Difference Wylie Thursday show. I'm Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning, and also your host of the show with my girl, Caitlin Feasel. She takes the first and third week, and I take the second and fourth week. And we are so happy to have you guys here today. We have an amazing show. Everyone is going to make my job so easy today. I'm so excited. We've got some powerhouse co-hosts as well as some amazing guests. And so let's go ahead and get it started and introduce our co-host for the day. And we're going to start with Miss Jenny Connolley.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Ladies.
My favorite people here. This is so wonderful. I do love our once a month podcast.
I do.
I'm Jenny Connolley, and I'm the owner of TC Roofing, Restorations, and Solar. And I like to say that we are the silver lining of terrible weather in Texas. We love to help homeowners through the whole entire process of repairing their home, making upgrades, and making this whole problem disappear.
I love it. I love it. And Brittany, thank you for joining us also. How are you doing today?
Awesome. Happy to be here. Happy to be alive. I woke up this morning, put my feet on the ground, and like Jenny talked about at lunch and learning yesterday, I said, thank you, Lord Jesus. So my name is Brittany Welch. I am a woman who is all about the cheddar. So what that means is I have my company Boards by B, Charcuterie and More. And then I also am a licensed financial educator. So I like to tell people I can help them with cheddar, whether it's on their plate, it's in their wallet, either way. And I am blessed to also be the president of our Master Networks Wylie chapter.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Caitlin, thank you so much for joining us. And also, if you guys are watching live, feel free to say hi. If you have any questions for any of our co-hosts or our guests, drop it in the comments. And Miss Angela, thank you so much for joining us as well. How are you doing this morning?
Doing good. I am Angela Tucker. I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. I love helping families get into homes and people with their investments in real estate. So I just got a call earlier from somebody that I put in a home, and they were referring me at their dentist, and it was just, he was so excited, and he's been in his home for a few years, and he was just talking about how much he loved their house, and I love seeing their pictures and all of their life events at their home on Facebook. So that's what I do. That's why I do what I do. I love helping people find their homes and, invest in real estate in all different ages and stages of life.
I love that. And sometimes you're helping people through one of the most stressful or most exciting phases of their life with probably one of the most expensive things that they're going to purchase in their lifetime. So I love that. I love that. And Brittany, I love your new tagline that you're all about the cheddar in more ways than one.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Well, I'm super excited for our show today. We have some amazing guests with some amazing stories. So let's go ahead and bring our guest on this morning. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Everyone, I would like to introduce Miss Kayla Wilson. She is incredible. She is a huge inspiration. She's actually been an inspiration for me since 2020, since I met her. Every day she puts positive things out there, and her husband have a company where they help you create where you market your business and automate things and just make life a lot easier. So I highly recommend following her, and I'm very honored to have her here today. So welcome, Kayla.
Jenny, thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. You inspire me just as much. So I'm glad to be the same kind of light for you. I am Kayla Wilson. Yes, I am co-owner for Call the Dan Leads. We are what started as an e-commerce brand by sales professionals for sales professionals. As Jenny had mentioned, yes, we truly just really dial in on your sales process, your follow-up, but really trying to focus on reminding you to have fun through the whole process and be silly with it. And that's, why we say call the damn leads. We try to be silly about it, but we're very serious about it. It's true. Call them.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. It's so good to have you here. I'm excited for the show today,
Thank you.
Kayla.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Well, I am super honored to introduce my guest. My guest's name is James Schwartz. This is a man that I met a year and a half ago. And be honest, I had no idea that he would impact my life the way that he has. I had just stepped out of teaching full time and was starting 2 businesses, and the amount of support that James has poured into me. He is our EVC of WealthWave. He's an executive vice chairman and been in the business 17, 18 years. He's a family man. And I think that's why I respect you so much, James, is that you treat us like family and you treat your family obviously like family. And you are just the mentor that I want to be around as much as possible, selfishly. So excited to have you on today. I'll let you have the floor. Excited to learn from you.
Oh, well, that's amazing. I should carry you around everywhere I go to introduce me. That's amazing. I appreciate you saying all those nice things. No, but I feel blessed to know you as well. You've brought a lot of enrichment into my life. You're a wonderful person, and I'm grateful to be on the show today. I'm excited to hear from other entrepreneurs, and I love American entrepreneurship. I believe it's alive and well in the United States today, and the backbone of America is people like us who are willing to take the risks and take the slings and arrows to receive the rewards. So super excited to visit with you guys today. Basically what our company does is we teach people how money works. I think it's a travesty that in America today, you can work your whole life, some 40, 50 years and then die dead broke. There's something wrong with that. And so we need to educate our people, starting from children. It's never too late to learn. So if you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you can still learn. But we want to teach people how money works. And that's the basic gist of what we do. We're trying to educate people so we can make a difference. So I'm excited to visit with you guys today and answer any questions you may have.
I love it.
All right. And I want to introduce Miss Madi May. She's with 7 Seconds Media, and I'll let her tell you a little bit about herself, other than she's wearing my favorite color, pink. I love it.
I love it.
It's the year of pink still. I'm claiming it. Thank you. It's so good to be here. I love this. I love all of you guys, and it's fun to be part of lunch with you today. I am, Madi May with 7 Seconds Media. I help powerful women look amazing in their photos and love how they look in their photos. I think a lot of professional women have very professional photos, which is nice, and that's about as far as it goes. But I think I help women get photos that actually feel like their truest, highest self, so they can word call to the people they want to, connect with online. So that's what I do. I'm happy to be here.
I need to just throw something in as well. So Madi did a photo shoot for me, and it was one of the most incredible things that I've done. I was more than I had expected, and she pulls your personality out, the things that you might kind of feel, but she sees it so well that she pulls it out. She brings the funness out in you, and you don't feel awkward. And I had 2 necklaces on that kept getting tangled, and every photo she made sure that they were perfectly straight, like the little intricate details she is on top of. So
That's huge. That's huge, because let me tell you, in my wedding photos, my necklace was not right, like in every single photo, and it drove me insane. And I actually want to redo my wedding photos partly because of that, but it was just an awful photographer. So the fact that you pay that close attention to detail, and I've seen a lot of your work, Madi, and it is absolutely amazing. And actually, it was on my vision board to contact you for my branding photos this year. So I'm super excited for that. Super excited to have all 3 of you here today. I've actually met all 3 of the guests that we have today in person before, so I'm excited about that. And James, I went to a conference that you guys had with Brittany. Brittany actually invited me, and she's just spoke so highly of you and everything that you've taught them the entire time. And then Kayla, Drewby, and you have just opened mine and my husband's life the past 3 years. Just like Jenny said, since 2020, I've also, worked with you guys too. And so I've seen everyone here in action, and just having everyone on this screen is a huge, huge reward today. So I'm super excited, super happy to continue this show. Let's go ahead and take our commercial break and give some spotlight to some of our sponsors for making the show happen today.
The Community Difference Wylie is made possible by Jenny Connolley with TC Roofing, Restoration and Solar. Trust TC to keep you leak-free. Jessica Cooper with Diesel Signs and Displays, the power of advertising. Juan Payon with JP Direct Health. Proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Marissa Page with Page Restoration. When the worst happens, let our family take care of yours. Allison Wilson with Community Wealth Advisors, Life Well Planned. Lynn Heverly, Realtor with Coldwell Banker Apex. Trust, knowledge, hard work, and results.
The North Texas Community Difference Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
We appreciate all of our sponsors for helping make this show happen. If you're watching and you're interested in possibly being a sponsor, drop it in the comments and we will reach out to you after the show. And so now every week we like to embrace the community of Wylie and what's going on in Wylie and small businesses, as well as our amazing master network. So Jenny, take it away with What's Up Wylie.
What's up, Wylie? All right. So every week we have our Master Networks meeting where we meet in downtown Wylie and we speak about our businesses, but more importantly, we get together and it's an incredible time. Today we had our showcases where me and Maureen, who does Mary Kay, really lit the house on fire, I believe, and then had incredible training. So if you guys are in the area or ever want to come out and showcase your business, we'd love to have any guests to come see what we do. That's Thursday at 9 a.m. And then we also have a couple small events coming up. I do personally have a breathwork and cacao ceremony for women only that's going on tonight. We have 2 spots available if anybody's interested. It's in Plano. It starts at 6 p.m. Brittany, Boards by B, also has an event coming up on February 9th. It's a Galentine's Day shopping where she brings local vendors together and just a bunch of women. There's wine and food and all kinds of amazing things. So I went a couple months ago and loved it. So that's coming up again. And then Master Networks also hosts a monthly lunch and learn where a member of our community comes in and just pours in, not necessarily their business, but something they're passionate about. So we have that coming up the second week in February.
I love it. And if you guys haven't been to one of Brittany's events, it sells out. She's got an event tonight completely sold out. So definitely check in with that and register as soon as possible. And those lunch and learns are free and it's valuable information and you get to be around like-minded individuals. So highly recommend checking that out. And then just the one brief thing I want to say about Master Networks, right? There's a ton of networking groups out there. To me, Master Networks is more than just a networking group. It's not just a business card exchange or like a speed dating race or anything like that. It's more of training and building those relationships, those high caliber relationships. And so I advise you, you can listen to us talk about it all day, but go check it out for yourself. See if you're a good fit. We do have some openings. We're looking for a garage door person. We're looking for essential oils, an apparel person, a carpet cleaning company. And I mean, these are categories that we already have business for. And Brittany is actually the president of our chapter. And so she's a great leader and it's just amazing. And we'd love to have more people come meet us. So excited to have that Master Networks chapter. But that being said, let's get to learn a little bit more and dive a little bit deeper into our guests today. And Brittany, you want to take that away?
Sure. So, James, I think that your story is beautiful. So I can't wait for you to share it. Like you said earlier, believing in the American entrepreneur is so important. So I won't do it justice. I'm going to give you the floor to tell us more about you and where you came from.
Yeah, so I grew up in New England. My father was a lobster fisherman. My mom was a stay-at-home mom, which really doesn't do it justice because a stay-at-home mom is like a jack of all trades and does pretty much everything to keep everything running. So she had a full-time job, obviously. But like most kids who grew up in a very small town, I wanted to leave that small town as soon as possible. So my dad always worked for himself. I watched him my entire life. I learned the value of hard work early on. And he could control his time, although he did work all the time. He was kind of workaholic in a good way. He was a great dad. I loved him very much. But I wanted to get out of that small town. So I joined the Army right out of high school. I joined the Army in 1995, believe it or not, which used to be a young guy. Now I'm not anymore, but 1995. And, I just got busy living my life. Fast forward, I went to a military school in Marion, Alabama. and graduated there, became a second lieutenant after 2 years of getting my associate's degree. They allowed me to go and get my bachelor's degree and gave me a 3-year break where I would be in the reserves or National Guard type of thing. My last year, I was playing basketball and baseball in college at Salem State University in Boston, Massachusetts. And my last year, I was working, putting myself through school, doing 2 jobs, trying to make everything happen. And I got a phone call, like most people, in the middle of the night. When you get a call in the middle of the night, it's usually not good news. And it was my mother, and she was telling me that my dad had a heart attack and that he had passed away. And so it was really devastating to our family. And not only was it devastating to us, obviously to lose my father, but financially, we were not prepared. We were not ready. And I think most people in America are not ready. Quite frankly, when I asked my mother a few years later, hey, how come you guys didn't have, because they did not have life insurance. They did not have savings. They did not have investments. They did not have anything, really. And I thought it was weird at the time. I thought, man, that my family must be different. But being in this industry now for some 17 years, I've realized that's 95% of the United States doesn't have their affairs in order. They don't have the money set aside to handle emergencies or problems. They don't have investments. They don't have life insurance. And so for me, it's about a crusade. This is a crusade to teach people, how money works. And so when I got out of the Army, I got back from Iraq in 2005. I was with the 1st Armored Division for the first time in Iraq, and then the 1st Cavalry Division for the second time. And I had spent about 10 years, doing that. And for me, I've always been an entrepreneur at heart. That's what this show's all about. And so I used to lay awake in bed at night telling my wife that we were going to be successful and we were going to be happy and we were going to own our own stuff. And she was always like, well, how are we going to do that? And here's my plan. If you were married to me, you'd be so excited when I tell you this plan. I said, I don't know. I'm not sure. But I promise you that we're going to make it happen. I promise you I'm going to find something. So when I got out, I got into real estate. At first, I thought real estate would be the way for me. And I loved it. I really enjoyed real estate. I love looking into people's houses and checking out all the cool things they've got and how they decorate and whatnot. So that was a lot of fun. But I stumbled into this business. Someone at church talked to me a little bit about it and said, hey, have you ever given any thought to helping people with money and investments? And I was not open to it at first, but when they started to talk about residual-based income, and as an entrepreneur, I've been reading so many books, which is another thing I would tell you. They hide secrets in books. I wasn't a big reader of books when I was a kid, but once I found out that everything you wanted to know is in books, I became a ferocious reader of books. And so I'm a machine at personal development at this point. And so after a few years of doing that in real estate, I was looking for something with residual-based income, the opportunity to scale and grow. And I stumbled into the financial services industry, and it matched and aligned perfectly with my mission and my crusade to help families that were left behind. My parents, I asked my mother, like I said, a few years after my dad passed, why did you not have these things in place? And here are 2 scary answers that she gave me. She said, number 1, we didn't know anybody who could help us. No one was coming to talk to us. We didn't know where to go to talk to people, right? Because most of the industry is helping people that have $500,000 or more. But what about the people like my mother and father? Who's helping them? And then number 2, she said, we thought there'd be more time. Well, I think that's mostly all of us. We always think we have an unlimited amount of time, like it's an unlimited resource, but quite frankly, it's the most precious resource. We can't get more of it. It doesn't matter. We can have more cars, more clothes, more money, but we can never get more time. We don't know how much we've been given, and we don't know when it's going to run out. So for me, I said, I'm going to make a career change. And I decided to get into the financial services industry in 2007. And I never looked back. And so here we are now. We've got some 250 licensed agents that work with us all around the United States. We are growing and building, and we've helping thousands of families educate them about money. As you can see behind me, the little pop-up there, we have a book called How Money Works. We have a website. You can take a How Money Works quiz, find out if you're literate or not literate. In America, we stamped out illiteracy because we all made a decision to do so some 40 or 50 years ago. And now, for the most part, everybody in America can read and write, but not so for financial literacy. So our goal is to stamp out financial illiteracy. So we're super fired up about that. Brittany, I don't know how much time I have, so I'll kind of just give it back to you, and then you can ask questions or whatever. But we're fired up to educate people and to help people. And for us, it's about the mission, not the commission. So we're excited.
Absolutely.
Can I just pop in and say, sorry, Brittany, can I pop in and say thank you? Because you taught this to Brittany, right? And I have had a personal experience where, unfortunately, my dad has been, he's terminally ill, and he didn't have life insurance, right? And I didn't understand it. And I told Brittany when she brought it to me that someone has sat me down and explained the same stuff to me 3 different times, and I still didn't understand it. So when Brittany took the time to break it down for me and something that I could understand finally at the end of that call, I was so appreciative. And so just thank you for founding this, for teaching Brittany, and for wanting to help others and do what you do. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you're so welcome, Tara. I mean, I think most of the industry talks at people, and they assume they have this big crystal ball, and you need to know nothing. You just need to trust me, and I'm the all-knowing, all-powerful advisor. Just give me the money and I'll do what they want. We don't do that. We take an educational approach and we simplify it so you can actually understand the plan we put in place, because we believe that if you can understand the plan, you'll run the plan and the plan will work. Most people, it's not that they plan to fail, they just don't even start to plan, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
They do fail. So yeah, thank you for that.
Well, yeah, and Brittany, you've helped me with my cheddar on both ends, so thank you for that.
I know.
And if you've got some questions for James, go right ahead, and then we'll go on to the next guest also.
Yeah, I mean, James, I would just like to ask, who would you say is someone that has been inspirational to you outside of your immediate family?
So, I mean, obviously, you have to have a mentor. If you want to be in business, if you want to win in business, you've got to have a mentor. And early on, I realized the difference between an advisor and a mentor. An advisor is somebody who's telling you what to do, but has never really done what they're telling you to do. A mentor is somebody who has actually done it. You can see the proof in the pudding, and you've got to have a mentor to do that. And also, I would tell you, look for people who, if you were to fast forward your life, would you want their life, right? My mentor is a gentleman named Bill Mitchell. And if I look at Bill, Bill's traveled the world. He has 3 wonderful children that are in their 20s, and they are just, contributing to society. Great individuals. He has a wonderful marriage. He's very generous. He's kind. He's happy. He's healthy. He has a lot of fun. And he's wealthy. And so I said to myself, that's a life that I would want to have. I would want to have productive, wonderful children. I want to have a beautiful marriage. I want to give back to society. So I would challenge you to find a mentor, that exemplifies what you want. And then this is not hard. This isn't rocket science. You just copy what they're doing, right? You want to become wealthy, copy what the wealthy do. You want to get in shape, copy what the people who are in shape do, so on and so forth. It's a game. When we were kids, you got in trouble if you copied, right? In class, if you were copying, right, you get in trouble. But in entrepreneurship, copying is the sincerest form of flattery, But you got to be careful. If you're going to be a copycat, you better copy the right cat. So.
Kayla's husband, Drewby, actually introduced us to a book called Steal Like an Artist back in 2020, I think. And we read that book. So I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I think it's, I'll ask one more question. It's just, today's topic is all about, inspiring, entrepreneurs and things like that. So have a mentor, copy what they do, copy the right cat. What about on those days when it's hard? Because we all know, every one of us on this podcast, we know it's hard. I mean, it can be hard hour to hour, right? What do you do? What advice do you have? What has gotten you through? Because I'm copying you. You're my cat, James. But what advice, or, what about when it gets hard?
Well, I would tell you, the world isn't all sunshine and rainbows. We all know that. But what happens is when you get into business, you get excited. You can get too high with the highs and too low with the lows. You need to keep yourself even keeled and just be prepared. This is American business. You're going to get punched in the face. You're going to get knocked down. It is what it is. This is the way the world works. If it was easy to do what we would do, we would not be paid very much. That's why business owners are the wealthiest people in the world. So, if you take a look and you say to yourself, I mean, I don't know, you may know some people, but I don't really know anybody who has worked for somebody else their whole life as an employee and is just stone cold wealthy and had a great, unbelievable life. I'm not saying an employee is a bad thing. If that's what you want to do and that's your dream and you want to be a doctor or whatever it is, awesome. But most of the people that I know who are wealthy and have had, fairy tale type of lives, they have owned their own business. Now, caveat to that is this. We read books and watch movies because of the trials, because of the tribulations, and the overcoming of all those things. No one would want to read your story if it was, hey, I got into business, I opened up Boards by B, 10 minutes later I was a millionaire, the end, right? Nobody wants to read that. Nobody wants to be a part of that because that's not true. That's
Must be nice.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's not the way the world works. The way the world works is, if you're going to do something difficult, you're going to be paid in proportion. So I always tell my guys and girls, you're paid in direct proportion to the amount of disappointment you can handle. I'll say that again. You're paid in direct proportion to the amount of disappointment you can handle. And if you can handle a lot of disappointment in this world, you're going to be paid a lot of money, right? But keep going, because on another little caveat, and I'll turn it back to you, is never stop when things look their darkest or their bleakest, because in my experience, it's usually the next step or the next corner or the next 5 minutes that the greatest thing happens to you. And I'm a spiritual person, so I'll just go ahead and say it. Hopefully it doesn't offend anybody, but I believe that is the adversary trying to keep you from everything that you deserve and everything that should be given to you. You are right before that point, and that dark force, if you don't believe in the devil or the adversary, just say, the world, I guess, is trying to stop you from getting or going where you want to go. And a good friend of mine, a Navy SEAL named Jason Redmond, told me something one time, and it stuck with me, and it has been just a catalyst in my life. Jason, if you've not known anything about him, he was shot in the face at point blank range with a machine gun in Iraq. He laid on the ground for hours while the fight ensued. And, his face was completely destroyed and shot through the chin out here. He was dying, shot in the arm, dying. And he tells me this story. He said, I was laying there, and, you're supposed to fight. As a Navy SEAL, you're supposed to fight. Everything's supposed to say, stay alive, keep going. But he said, I began to sink into a softness, into a tenderness, and the light started to fade in my body, and my mind said, just let go, just give up. And then one thought came to his head. He had a wife and children. One thought came to his head. He said, if you quit, you are guaranteed to die. You may die anyway on the helicopter to the airfield. You may die from the airfield to the hospital. You may die when you get home. But you are guaranteed failure if you quit. And I will tell you this in business, the only way you are guaranteed failure is quitting. Failure is not guaranteed unless you give up and stop. So never give up, never stop. It's going to be tough. Just expect it and get better. That's just the way that it is. We don't, in this world, sometimes we live in a world today where everybody wants everything easy, and wants everything instant, and wants everything automatic. That's not the way that the universe works. So wrap your mind around
unfortunately
that and move forward, because you can do it. The power's within you.
That is
James.
powerful. Yeah.
Thank you,
That
James.
is powerful. That is powerful. Well, that being said, we're going to take a quick break because I need to get rid of these goosebumps that you just gave me. We're going to take a quick break and let our sponsors take it away. And when we get back, Jenny and Kayla are going to tell us a little bit about Kayla and her entrepreneur journey.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Are you looking for new or more reliable and affordable home services? Look no further than Utility Connect. At Utility Connect, we understand that every customer is different. Thanks to our partnership with The Difference, our free concierge service seamlessly shops all of your utilities and services for your home or business with one easy phone call. So what are you waiting for? Call Utility Connect today and experience the difference. For more information, give us a call at 469-414-2033 or visit us at www.utilityconnect.net/thedifference to learn more.
Are you a business owner looking to grow your company? Get fast, easy financing up to $5 million with no minimum FICO score required. Apply in 60 seconds and get funded in 24 hours. Call Jim Thomas at 214-629-7223 to talk to a financing professional today. Your business's future is waiting. So don't delay. Call now and tell him that you saw him on The Difference.
And now back to the show.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Singing is not really my forte. So thanks again to our sponsors. Guys, we are live on Facebook as well as Twitter, as well as YouTube and 2940 The Difference Radio. So we are bringing you the Difference Radio, the Difference on over 38 different channels. So if you're not catching us live, you can tune in later. Just say hi and let us know that you were there. So now let's get to know a little bit more about Kayla. Jenny, take it away.
Well, that was amazing, James. Thank you so much. I respect you and honor you. You're an incredible man, and I'm so grateful that I know you. You really had some great points that I think is an incredible segue for Miss Kayla, saying that secrets are hidden in books. Mm-hmm. And one of the mantras that I repeat to myself on a consistent basis is that challenges are not part of the path. Challenges are the path. We have to embrace these challenges. That is what we're supposed to be going through. And how we survive through them, that is our responsibility to share that story with other people to impact and influence them. So that is exactly what Kayla and her husband are doing. And behind every amazing man is an even more powerful woman. And that is who she has been. So I would just love to hear you tell us more about you and your journey and how you guys have gotten to where you are, creating the legacy that you're doing and leading and inspiring so many people.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jenny. Honestly, the whole realm of entrepreneurship, I have been a part of it now for, 5 years. My husband 5 years ago decided to leave the insurance world. He had a very comfortable, normal, 9-to-5 job, and we were doing well. We have who is almost 8-year-old son now. Everything that we tried to do with him in our mind, and how we can teach him and lead him and be the best us for him. So when he decided 5 years ago that while insurance was great and it was comfortable, it wasn't his calling. He had a larger purpose, and he wanted to go after that. So it was really, really scary. He had a wonderful opportunity presented to him where we would have to move across the country. We would have to leave everything that we knew, that we loved, our family, our friends, our comfort, and pack it all up and head from Ohio to Texas. And that is where we are currently. That was not easy for me, to say the least. I will put it that way, but I was not on board at first whatsoever. I never imagined leaving the comfort of my hometown. It wasn't something that I dreamt about as a child. I was happy where I was, and I was happy with our life, and I was happy with our day to day and the little bit of money that we had, and that was okay for me. And he just kept telling me that he needed more and he wanted more. And because he was my husband and I truly believe in him, I had to say, okay, I had to give in. And as much as it hurt, I just followed his path. You guys had asked who's your mentor, and I've been sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, who is my mentor, Ben? Well, my mentor has been my husband. Like, as crazy as that may sound, he truly has been. He has his vision and his belief in himself and in our family has taken us to places that I never even imagined possible. And so I have just been believing in him and his mission and following his footsteps. And honestly, when we moved here, I said, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's what I want for myself. If this is what is really important to you, then it's really important for me to be able to be at home with our son and to be the homemaker. I had 10 years experience as a nanny, a full-time nanny. So I had a lot of experience in taking care of little kids and the house, but I was doing it for everyone else. And I wanted to be able to provide that for my family. And if we were going to be in a financial position that we could just pick up and move for this great opportunity, then that was what was important to me. So he was totally on board. He honored that. And for the last 3 years, that's what I have been doing. Actually, 4 years now. And through that, I have definitely been very deep in his journey and the sales side of everything, and just listening to him day in and day out, the conversations that he has with clients and the communities that we've been a part of. I didn't really notice how much of an entrepreneur I was myself through all of this. Here I am just thinking like, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, which, as James had mentioned, there are very many hats that you wear with that role.
Absolutely.
So I definitely wasn't giving myself the credit that I deserved for some time. And recently he came to me and he said, okay, we've gotten to this point, we've done the work, we have laid the foundation. I'm ready to really go all in on myself. And with Call the Damn Leads, that is a tagline, we'll say, that he has been using for as long as I can remember. He has like 2 decades in the sales industry, and just always just constantly hearing him, call the damn leads, call the damn leads. It was comical at first, but then he started saying it to clients, to colleagues, and it just kind of just like picked up some steam. And then he's like, you know what? I'm just going to trademark this. Like, why not? Maybe I'll do something with it. Maybe I won't. And it just kind of like sat there for a while. And then he's like, okay, how can I really get this out to more people? I want more people to call those damn leads. So we started the e-commerce brand. And it's honestly, it's just kind of like, it seems so silly, but we sell keychains and wristbands and cups and just little things that you can keep around as that daily reminder, because we all get so busy in the day-to-day tasks in business, especially. Like, how many opportunities are you missing out on because you're not willing to just pick up the phone and call those leads that you've invested in? Typically you don't get leads for free. You can organically generate some of those, but if you're paying for those leads, like, why aren't you calling them? Mm-hmm. So he has really dialed in on the sales follow-up process, the generation of like how you actually get the leads. Once you get them, what are you doing with them? How are you following up with them? I mean, it's this huge, long commitment for just one lead. And so that's kind of like what we're focusing on right now. And he does all the business side of it. I may understand most of it, but my true passion and calling in all of this is the mindset, is the motivation, is the affirmation, helping people feel more confident to get out there and actually do it.
Absolutely.
I want to say this. So, I have been in Apex since 2020, and it was the reason, it was what kept me when my mom passed away. And going back to James saying, my dad passed away 9 years ago. And the reason why my mom died is because my mom went into a deep depression because my parents did not have things set up. So it's so important to have life insurance. But I found these amazing people right when she passed away. And I knew I was either going to go into a depression or I was going to pull myself out. And I decided to pull myself out. So I have to tell you that you are, you talked a lot about Drewby, but you are such a huge inspiration that I don't even know if you realize it. Like, I'm so happy that we're hanging out tonight and doing breath work, and we're getting together because I feel that you have such bigger footsteps that you are already in, and you already are making such a big impact just strictly on me. And as soon as it was one of your posts, I didn't see Drewby's, it was your stuff. You announced that you guys had started your own business, and I didn't even care what it was. I knew if you were involved, I wanted to do it. And Drewby will tell you, I was the first one that signed up for their new program. He's like, I didn't even have my program figured out. You signed up so quickly. And I'm like, whatever. I don't even know what it is I signed up for. You guys are doing this. I am all in. I want what you guys are doing. So you have, I can't wait for you to retell that story when you are more of the reason of all of your passion, of how you're pouring in, because that's what happens with being a women. And that's why, all of these women that are on here, we are dominant, H personality. We're taking the reins, and we are risk takers, but we're also nurturers, and we're taking care of the family. And I cannot wait for you to retell that, where it is you shining all that you do.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate that. And I think that's definitely my main focus right now, is discovering my personal purpose through all of this. I know that I want to be a huge part of it. I know that being a teammate with my husband is something that I have been earning for a long time. I've really, really wanted this, and now it is the reality. So, this next chapter for me is just figuring out, my why within all of it, and being that supportive wife and helping where I can. And it's scary, but it's exciting. And I'm just definitely looking forward to discovering more of who I am throughout this next stage. And yes, it is through Call the Damn Leads, and that's the brand, and that's what's going to put the light out there. But I'm ready to put my light out there through it.
Yeah. So Drewby's, what he says is crush the day before the day crushes you. And she's crush and bloom. So you're that beautiful part of that, masculine male side. So
yeah,
I love
that. Absolutely. And Drewby has written, you said 4 books, and he just released the Call the Damn Leads book, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be another bestseller, because I'm pretty sure the other 3 were also bestsellers on Amazon.
Pretty sure it is, isn't
so I don't know if we can find that link and drop it for our followers, but he did just release that book. And so if you're more interested as to what exactly the Call the Damn Leads is and how to be a part of it, I would definitely look into getting that book. So I love your story, Kayla, and I've loved watching you.
I was kind of like taken back when this invite was extended to me. I'm like, wait, why don't you want Drewby? Like, no, get
I
Drewby.
want you.
He can tell you way more about it. But again, stepping outside of the comfort, creating something for myself was number 1 on my goal list, leaving 23, entering 24. And on that goal list was to be on 7 podcasts. And I'm like, okay, this is it. She's asking me. I don't know, I'm going to stumble my way through it, and I'm going to be nervous and I'm going to be scared. But like, as I have learned so much, like, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable, because that's the only way we grow. And I'm on a mission of growth, and I'm just, again, I might be just like stumbling through this, and I want people to understand Call the Damn Leads and how important it is to us. And if you want more information on the sales side of all of that, I definitely recommend reaching out to Drewby. But I'm really glad that you have given me the opportunity to just this first little step, Jenny. This is you giving me, that opportunity to be like, okay, I can do this. I got this. go
Yes,
after
you
it.
can. I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Are we hitting the commercial break?
Not yet. Brittany or Angela, do y'all have any questions for Kayla?
Well, Kayla, I didn't know you before this, but I'm excited to follow you after all the wonderful things that have been said about you. James, I have met you before, and I think you're awesome. I love how much Brittany talks about you. But Kayla, so I won the book yesterday at Jenny's luncheon.
Oh, okay, I did see a photo of that.
A little, like pulling business cards. So I'm excited because I'll tell you, I've never once called the damn leads in my career.
Angela.
So wow. Do so much better than I already do if I actually did call them. So, I'm excited about that book. Yeah.
I'm going to hold you accountable because you got big goals this year, Angela. I'm going to hold you accountable.
Yeah, we're all going to hold you accountable.
Naturally so gifted.
I'm confused how you're a best-selling realtor already without following up with the damn leads. I mean, hello, you're about to take over.
I always say if I could really get it together, I would be in great shape. But
You're doing wonderful. You're doing wonderful. Well, that being said, let's get to know a little bit more about Madi. I'm excited to know about Madi and her journey also. So, Angela, take it away.
Yeah, Madi May. So I have met you through Jenny, and I don't know as much about you, but I am happy to hear about your journey and how you got to where you're at and how it's your passion to help women feel beautiful and take all these amazing photos.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out where to start with this because there's so much here, but I think the really fun part is I started with photography when I was I think I was 8, and I started with photography. I've studied in New Zealand. I've studied all over the world. It's been an amazing journey. But I met my husband through photography. I used to do weddings, and I met him at a wedding and all this. And we got into the finance world. We taught about stock trading for years, and it was like a totally other world. And then about 6 years ago, I was still doing photography, but I was burned out on the business side. And my husband was like, I think we can do this together. Let's just go out on our own and do this. So we moved to Frisco, Texas, and he quit his job, and then the pandemic hit. And we didn't know anyone. We had just started our business, and we couldn't be in person. And we were like, wow, what are we going to do? Oh no. And this is where, as all of us know as entrepreneurs, it's where you find out what you're actually made of. And we had 2 babies. And so it was, okay, if we're going to actually do this, what do we care about? Like, what do we actually want our life as entrepreneurs to feel like? Because I've seen so many people who are just hustling, or they don't care. And it's one or the other. And we wrote down and just talked for hours and hours about what we actually wanted, and that we wanted to live whole, full lives where we were doing stuff we cared about, that doing stuff for purpose, doing stuff where we actually we care about people and helping people. So we wanted that to be the case, but we also want to make a lot of money. And we want to do this in a way that's going to naturally bring in all the money, because we're actually bringing out that much help to people. But we want to do it where our kids get to see us and we're not always gone. And we were like, okay, here's all the things we want. I don't see anyone doing all of that. I don't know where they exist, because it feels like they're not even out there. So we were on a journey to find that. And Tara, do we need to go to break?
You can go ahead and finish, and then we'll go to break as soon as you're done with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we set up our thing to figure out, okay, we're going to find the people who are doing this, and we're going to decide that we're going to decide this is how our life works from the inside out. And that's what we did. So we've hustled, we've worked hard, we've found amazing people, but through it all, we've kind of discovered what we actually can bring to the world and what we love. And that this year, I'm going to be working I decided 6 hours a day is enough to be able to hustle the way I want to, be wildly successful, but still have the balance that I want. And I've hired a life coach before I hired a business coach, because I knew that I was the reason our business would grow, and it would be through my inner work. And by doing that, I'm all of a sudden getting to work with other women who are in the same boat, and finding all these beautiful women who are both getting it done and making big moves, but also staying whole as a person and knowing who they are and growing as a person. And then I realized there's this big need for those women to actually be seen in photos. So that's to work with, and it's because it's who I've become. And then I get to work with these beautiful women who value the same thing and who then need photos that actually show that. It's really easy to show up in a little headshot that just looks normal and boring, but it's really, when you're a dynamic person who's done really beautiful things in your inner life, you deserve to have that seen on the outside too, so you can attract the people you want. So
absolutely, I love that, and I love your work. And let's go to another quick break real quick, and I want to hear a little bit more about your work and how you do that when we get back.
Sounds good.
The community difference Wylie is made possible by Paul Fisher with Certainty Home Lending, Close with Certainty, Brittany Welch with Boards by B. It doesn't get any cheddar than this. Melissa Mancini, owner of Melissa Mancini Photography. Don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. Caitlin Fiesel with Elite Diamond Cleaning. Your house is a diamond, let's get it out of the dust. Angela Tucker with Coldwell Banker Apex, here to help you discover your real estate dreams and build wealth through all stages of life.
And by Tara Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. Don't let dirty windows be your pane in the glass. The North Texas Community Difference Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
And together we do make the difference. So I appreciate all of our sponsors for making this show possible. And actually, that picture that I have right there was taken by the wonderful Madi May. I completely forgot about that. That's so funny. And so I'm excited to get my headshots updated with her this year also. So Madi, tell us how you are different than your normal headshot photographer. What do you do to bring the personality out of people?
A lot of it has to do with strategy beforehand, and honestly, we hop on a call and talk through a lot of who that person is. So each person is different. And if you were to like Google brand photography, a lot of times it's the same photo. It's a woman with a coffee, a coffee cup on a blank white desk. And she's like, I have a computer, so I'm a professional, but it's not actually going to tell us anything about her. And so this is where I deep dive on each person and figure out who they are. And it's a lot of time and energy to figure, I look at their podcasts, I figure out what their vibe is, what their brand is, and what they care about. And then we put that all into photos that, it's a specific locations, tons of outfits. We make it a whole big experience where they've got their hair and makeup, everything. It just feels like them. And so then they can relax. And then we just, play their music and allow them to really feel like their best, their genius zone gets to come out. It's not just, hey, look good, look pretty. It's, okay, who are you? What do you care about? And that's what connects with other people anyway. We all know sales. We want to connect with a person and not what they do. And so that's what the photos, I think, need to look like, is who they are, what they care about, what makes them different than someone else. So that's where we focus. It's really fun. Honestly, I don't feel like I've done my job if someone hasn't cried at least a little bit look at their photos, because it's reflecting back to them the parts that they know are inside, but maybe they don't even know other people get to see. Yeah. And when they get to see it for themselves, it's so beautiful. I love it. I love showing powerful, dynamic people that's who they are, and getting to see it. Honestly, we talk about vision boarding all the time. I love doing a vision board, but I really love giving people the highest version of themselves to look at. You can put a bunch of things on a vision board of who I want to become, but to actually embody that in a photo shoot and then get to say oh, this is me as my highest self, and I can look at it every day. That's pretty powerful.
I will say, when I did a photo shoot with her in November in Dallas, and it was incredible. It was nothing what I had expected. I actually missed the call to prep, of course, and I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. I actually got pulled over on the way there and stressed out. I think I parked in a handicapped spot just to pull in. I'm here. I'm not going to be any later. But she was so incredible, and she's like, "Tell me what is." Yes, I own a roofing company. There's nothing sexy about that, it's what I do, and I
you made it sexy.
People, but it's not. I can't say it's not my passion, but it's just, it's just not it's not fully me. It's one thing that I do. It's what I do. It's not who I am. And she really was just what moves you? What makes you so happy? And then I started talking about breath work and how it has helped me, and how I not even sure what I'm going to be doing. And she's just like, there it is. Like, I see that look in your eye right now. This is what I'm looking for. And she showed me the pictures, and I had like butterflies looking at my own photos. I'm like, is that me? It was just the essence that she pulls out. Like, it's so captivating. And the whole experience from, coming in as a basket case to going in there and having hair, makeup done, and then just being in her just comfort and calming, and you're laughing, you're crying, and it was absolutely incredible. You guys have probably seen some of my photos, but not all of them, and they're really amazing.
The ones I've seen are incredible.
So good.
My favorite part about that was that you were wearing this gorgeous purple dress. You looked amazing. And then there was this purple light that came just for you. That was our mini day. It wasn't even a full session. It was a mini day. And this light came that was purple. It wasn't there any other part of the day. It was just for you. We just got the universe sent it for you. I'm so happy. I love this.
Well, I want to chime in with a question. It's actually a question for all of our guests. So coming from education, teacher and softball coach for 12 years, I talk about it all the time with my friends. When I used to go to happy hour or meet with other teachers or coaches, there was a lot of complaining. People were unhappy. They were stuck. They were, I talk about now, it was survival mode almost. And now, since stepping out, 2023 was my first full calendar year as a full-time entrepreneur. I've been out of education a year and a half now. It is so completely different. I still have pinch me moments when I get around either people in my networking group or the bonds that I formed, or Tuesday night, we meet in the finance office. We do boot camps twice a year. So coming in on Saturday sometimes, or Wednesday night calls with our finance team. But talk to me about who you surround yourself with, because when I was in education, I was always told, and I believed it, or I guess I thought I understood it then, who you surround yourself with is who you become, this and that. But now that I've stepped out of that and I'm around people who enjoy what they do, they enjoy their life. That's a big thing. They enjoy their life. It's completely different. So for our guests today and our co-hosts, let's talk a little bit on that. What importance, or what do you have to add to that topic of surrounding yourself with those people? Because for me, I'm a completely different woman than I was June of 2022 when I stepped away from education. I'm a better woman, I'm a better person because of who I've surrounded myself with, and now obviously what I'm doing, but more importantly, who I've surrounded myself with. I mean, these people have inspired me to do personal development, to believe in myself, to stand up and to write gratitude and to pray for things. It's changed me as a person, and I'm forever grateful. So now I want to kind of open the floor to y'all. What does that mean to y'all? Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
I'm like, maybe that wasn't a good question.
It's a great question.
It's a great question.
I think you answered it so well that we're all like, well, you nailed it.
Crushed it.
No, it's a great question. Honestly, I don't spend any more time with people, and this is really sad to say, because you have family members who may wind up being these negative influences in your life, and you say to yourself, I mean, this is my aunt, or this is my cousin, or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's your life, and you have to make a decision, because you either are going to give into that negative energy, and that's going to pollute you moving forward, and that's going to detract from the goals and efforts that you are trying to accomplish, or you go find somebody that's going to not detract but give more to those goals and energy, and it's something that's difficult to do. You think of horses when they pull a wagon or a plow. A horse, let's say, can pull 3,000-4,000 pounds, one horse. But if you put another horse together with it, right, you think, okay, well, they're just going to double. Two horses, that means they can pull, instead of 2,000 pounds, 4,000 pounds. It's not that. They can actually do 6, 7, 8 times that amount, because the power of two people, or two, in this case, two horses, moving in the same direction. But two people working together, feeding off of each other, positive, powerful energy. Thoughts can be measured. A negative thought has power, but a positive thought has 10 times more of the power. So surround yourself with positive, upbeat, excited people. don't surround yourself with fence sitters, crybabies, mealy mouse, all those things you want to say, negative people. You will become an average who we hang out with most. We've heard that a million times in our lives. And I just don't want to hang out with negative, disillusioned, crybabies. I want to hang out with upbeat, exciting people who want to do wonderful things, because I think that will rub off, and that will, like a battery, they will come to you if they're negative, and they will suck the energy out of you, just like a battery does, right? But I want to plug into a charging station, and that's people who you're going to surround yourself with that are thinking bigger, better, those types of things. So it's a great question.
Yeah, absolutely, a great question.
It's just so important to surround yourself with people who pull you up, because, like, again, go back to the education field. People weren't asking me, what are my goals? What are my dreams? Like, literally, we were all like, okay, what's the game plan for the game on Tuesday? But when I stepped into this role and in rubbing shoulders with people who are constantly like, where are you at in your dreams? Like, holding me accountable in the best way, there's nowhere to go but up. Like, I can't fail if I keep showing up there and I don't quit. Like James said earlier, I just feel like I can't fail, because sooner or later I'm going to find somebody that connects with me, right? But it's just, I can't really put it into words, like how important that has been in my life. And like you ladies at Master Networks, our specific networking group, because you'll always hear me say it, every networking group is not equal, right?
Right.
I think we've built something different. And so anyone listening, we'd love to have you out just as a guest. But I don't know. I'll let someone else talk on the topic.
I just want to say I've been a part. I've been watching your journey, Brittany, because I've been side by side with you, and I love it. I love who you've evolved into, and really when we actually, I can't say we, but I was one of the original members that started the chapter here. There were 5 of us that started the chapter. I bought the house here in Wylie, and there was just the local Chamber of Commerce. And I knew in my business, which I run with my business partner and my husband, and I'm alone a lot. I'm an office girl, I'm a lot more than that, but I organize. I spend a lot of time alone. I do a lot of my sales over the phone. So I know that I need to have that outlet where I go see other people and can fill my cup, because being around them is where I can get my extra energy and create that ripple effect and affect other people. So there was just the once a week was the Chamber of Commerce meeting. And then after the meet, I went there my very first time, right after we bought the house. And a guy came up to me and he's like, do you do any other networking? And I'm like, well, I used to be a part of Master Networks, but we moved out here and there's not a chapter. And he's like, let's start one. So we did. You started with 5 people, and then you grow to 15. And once you have 15, then you can become an actual chapter where other people can join. So anyway, I remember the day that Brittany came in and was deciding on leaving or not. And she had just come as a guest, and she still had to go teach. And she knew eventually she was going to be leaving, but she wasn't sure when. But when she finally made that decision to go all in on herself, she showed up to the meetings, and and still a great member. But the big shift happened when she became president. And our chapter was great. It's a wonderful chapter. Yeah. But when she took over, she put this fire into our group where we doubled in size. We changed our location, and the whole dynamic has just been on the up. And she implemented rules and just organization and excitement. And I love all of the things that you are doing. And it is incredible to be on your team, to be your VP, standing when you're not there. And I cheer for you. I love what you're doing, and having a mentor like James. Like, I love all what you guys are creating. And you're helping so many people just by how much growth you've had.
100%. And I want to chime in here real quick and just say, I kind of went through the same experience. And Angela and I kind of talked about this a little bit, right? When entrepreneurship, the journey can get kind of lonely sometimes at first, until you kind of find your groove and find the people that you're supposed to be around. And I think Angela, as well as myself, had to do a complete overhaul of who we were surrounding ourselves with, because they were just sucking us dry. And anytime we were around them, we just, you can just feel the difference whenever you're around, high caliber people that aren't gossiping versus, just friends that you've known for 20 years and you're just keeping them around because of the length of time that you've known them, right? You go through different stages in your life and you grow and you become a different person. Like you said, Brittany, you're a completely different woman than you were when you were teaching just a couple years ago. Right. And when I first quit my full-time job, I was there for 14 years, you guys. I was making well over 6 figures. I had great health insurance. I knew that I was comfortable there. And it was ladies and gentlemen like you that, pushed me and saw more in me than I saw in myself that my previous group of friends would have never done for me. They would have been like, you're living the dream right now. You're making 6 figures. Everyone dreams of that, because that was my goal growing up, right? I'll make 6 figures and I'll be the first person in my family to make 6 figures. And I'm good once that happens. But little did we know that 6 figures isn't really that much money, right? And so whenever I first quit my job, the very first networking group that I went to as a full-time entrepreneur was Master Networks. Jenny invited me, and Jenny introduced me to that group. But even aside from that, right, Kayla and Madi, I met you guys, in 2020. And I say, yes, we've been in business since 2017, but we didn't really figure out what the hell we were doing until 2020 when we hired business coaches and I started surrounding myself with people like you guys, and Kayla and Druby and Maddie and her husband, Micah, and all of you guys have just catapulted me. And what's great for me is, if you're struggling, you can go to any of you guys and say, hey, this is where I'm really struggling right now. Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any ideas? And vice versa. If you guys are going through anything, y'all know that y'all can contact me or any of the people in our circle, and we'll do the same for each other, because we're all here to rise each other as we climb, or, to bring others up as we climb. And so having the people that surround you and see the same visions and same goals and same aspirations as you truly, truly, truly changes your life.
I think we need to do the classic Madi. Madi does the shimmy. Woo! That's the shimmy right there.
Yeah. Well, that being said, let's do our final break real quick. And then when we come back, we will do a quick rapid fire and then tell the viewers how they can get a hold of us.
Okay.
The Community Difference is a new series of shows powered by the Difference Radio live stream and podcast network. This series of shows was designed to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. And we wanted to create a platform that brings awareness to and reminds folks of the goodness that lives within so many of us. By working with the local community leaders, business owners, first responders, veterans, schools, and citizens who want to unite with a clear and selfless purpose, the Community Difference seeks to spotlight the people, events, and activities that are producing positive outcomes, inspirational stories, and incredible experiences. In a world that is consumed with negative press, media manipulation, and propaganda, the Difference, along with many others who believe and support the Difference, understands there is no better way to make the difference than to highlight the unsung heroes that call our towns and communities home. We are currently searching for local communities to be the focus of our shows, but before we can launch a show in your community, we need your help. We need you, along with local business leaders, chambers of commerces, major nonprofits, online community group leaders, networking groups, etc., to join us in making the difference in helping your community be seen, be heard, and be remembered. So, if you would like to know how you, your business, school, social media community, church, or your favorite nonprofit organization can be a part of this unique and powerful program, reach out to us today and introduce yourself and let us know how you would like to contribute and bring awareness to the amazing people, places, and events that are making the difference in the community you love. You can call us at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.
And now, back to the show.
Thank you so much for everyone tuning in today. You can actually watch us live on Facebook as well as Twitter. You can also listen to us on 2940 The Difference Radio. We are on over 38 different channels. So thanks so much for tuning in. And again, if you're interested in being a sponsor or being a guest on the show, drop it in the comments and we will be happy to contact you. Now we're going to have a little bit of fun real quickly with some rapid fire. Take it off, Brittany.
Perfect. I'm going to ask a question. You get to give me only the answer and no explanation. Deal?
Deal.
Okay. First question. I'm going to do it a little different this time. I'm going to ask each person a different question so you don't have time to think. Okay. Angela, beach or mountains?
Beach.
Maddie, favorite book?
Oh, The Alchemist.
Okay.
Ooh.
Kayla, movie you could watch 1,000,000 times over and over again?
Stand By Me.
Ooh, okay. James, go-to pump-up song?
I Want It All by Queen.
Okay.
Ooh.
There you go.
Jenny, favorite food?
King crab legs.
Ooh.
Sarah, which season? Which favorite season?
Summer.
Summer. Oh, okay.
Texas.
Angela, would you rather drive or fly somewhere?
Why?
Maddie, morning person, night person.
Yes. Morning.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Kayla, favorite day of the week.
Monday.
Oh, I love it. I love it. James, if you had to send someone a text message or call, what are you doing?
I'm calling them.
Okay. Okay. Jenny, best travel place you've ever been to?
Oh, I haven't been enough places, but on the list is Mexico.
You always go there.
Because I haven't been to Greece or those places yet.
I do love Mexico.
Oh, gosh. Tara, go to ice cream flavor.
Oh, I really like Neapolitan because you can get 3 in 1.
Okay. Do we have time for one more round or is that it?
One more round.
Okay. Angela, let's go with favorite holiday.
Christmas.
I knew that. Maddie, favorite Christmas movie.
Home Alone, hands down.
Classic.
There you go.
All right. Maddie, favorite place to shop.
Me or Kayla?
Oh, sorry. Kayla, favorite place to shop.
Costco. I don't know.
Did you say Costco?
I love Costco. Give me all
Okay. James, favorite memory.
Fishing with my father, grandmother, and mother. It was a beautiful day. It was great. My dad took time off, and it was one of the greatest memories of my life.
Awesome.
Perfect. Jenny, let's go with dream guest to have lunch or dinner with, dead or alive.
Oh, goodness gracious. Gabby Bernstein.
Ooh, yeah.
And then I think I'm ending with you, Tara. Let's go. How about favorite state to live in? Like with that you would ever want to live?
That I would ever want to live. Honestly, I've talked about this before, and I know I shouldn't go on a tangent, but I love Texas. I really don't want to live anywhere. I'll visit somewhere else.
Okay.
Let's get you traveling, baby girl.
Okay, perfect.
And come back home.
Okay, so here and then the houses elsewhere. I like it. Well, that was a fun rapid fire. Thanks for playing along with me, guys.
That was fun.
Today has been so much fun. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to my wonderful co-host. Thank you to the amazing guests that we had today. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go around real quick, and we are going to tell the viewers and the guests how they can get a hold of us, the best way to get a hold of you. And I'll take it away with Jenny, and we'll just go around the screen.
Okay.
All right, everyone. I'm Jenny Connolley. The best way to reach out to me is to go to our website at TC. Just type in TC Roofing and you'll find us. Or you can go to any social media handle at TC Roofing and send us a message, and we'll get right back to you.
James.
You can find me at wealthwave.com, wealthwave.com/James Schwartz. So you can email me at jamesschwartz1.com, but wealthwave.com/James Schwartz.
Kayla?
You can find me at callthedamnleads.com or through Facebook or Instagram. Same, our user handle is callthedamnleads.
And you can find their book on Amazon, Call the Damn Leads. Maddie?
You can find me media.us or go to Instagram and it's 7seconds_media.
I get up, Angela.
Is Tara frozen?
So you can, the best way to get a hold of me is to call or text me, 214-549-1930. You can find me on Google or website or any of those things, but texting is great. I'll get back to you guys if that works.
Brittany?
Awesome. You can get a hold of me through email or text. Probably texting is faster. And boards by B, the letter B for Brittany, boardsbyb.com. I'm sorry, boardsbyb.net. And would love to talk with anybody. So it was a great show today, guys.
It was great. And I'm Tara Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. And you can find me on my personal page on all social media platforms, as well as at Texan Window Cleaning on all social media platforms. Or if you're interested in a free estimate, you can call or text 972-214-9904. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. We are here every Thursday at 11:30 on The Difference Radio. Thank you so much. Everyone have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching today's show. If you like today's show, please share, like, and subscribe, and make sure to shop, buy, and hire in Wylie. Special thanks to all the guests, co-hosts and sponsors of the North Texas Community Difference Wylie.
Thank you for tuning in and watching our show. If you would like to see our next show, or more shows like this one, just click the QR code and go to show schedules, or just follow and subscribe to our channels to get updates and notifications of this show, and many others like it.